Shelby Shealy is unlike many 17-year-old high school students. She is a singer-songwriter that has opened up for some of the biggest names in country music, including Tim McGraw. And unlike most 17-year-olds, she suffers from type 1 diabetes, which makes going to school every day a challenge.
If my blood sugar was high and I was getting sick, I couldn't go to school. Or if I was admitted to the hospital for who knows what, I would be missing seat time, and I would be missing just the material we were learning, and I'd get behind. And then again, there's also seat time that I'm missing, so I get absences.
Between diabetes and her dream of making it in the music business, Shelby's mom, Christy, knew something had to change in her education.
I remember her, Shelby's a smart kid. But she thinks outside the box, so she's not that standard, put her in a box and let her do science and math. She's smart in so many other ways, and she struggled so hard that internally she didn't think she was smart. And she got started in school, and I remember the moment where in virtual school, the moment when she was at her desk and she looks up at me and she was like, "Mom, I get it. I understand it," because she had been, they push them through so much, and she had missed so much, but she was just barely passing. And then, then SC Whitmore comes in and she's absorbing what she's being taught. She's having the time to absorb it at the right time for her, and looks up at me and she was like, "Mom, I really am smart." And it just, it still makes me cry. Because of course she was smart. Not all kids learn the same way. Not all kids have the same schedule, and then there's so many more scenarios with kids and their health than what we have, and they just need the opportunity to be able to slow down and focus on what's important.
What is South Carolina Whitmore, and how does it help students like Shelby? Principal John Loveday explains.
So a public charter school is a public school that is offered autonomy to try new things and to be creative in order to help modernize and improve education options in South Carolina. Our school is unique in three main ways. First, we were founded by a South Carolina parent for South Carolina students. Secondly, we're mastery-based, meaning that you progress through your courses at your pace, not your teacher's pace. And then also we have an extended school year, which means we are operational through June and July. So if you want to work in the summer, you can to catch up or to finish high school early if you would like. But the key part there is the mastery-based learning. And so if you are stronger in math, you can accelerate through math faster than you could in a traditional brick and mortar public school. If you're not as strong in a different subject, you can take the time to go through the course at your pace and to master each content before you progress further. By going at the traditional semester schedule, sometimes kids aren't ready and sometimes kids are bored, and anything in between typically is not a good fit. Our school logo is School Your Way, and that's exactly what it means. This is a personalized experience. We feel like we're arguably the most unique school in the state because we are online, we're mastery-based with an extended school year, and it truly is a personalized experience.
I get to work at my own pace and at my time, and if I need to break because my blood sugar's high, the teacher isn't going to move on without me. And that's what's great, is if I need a minute, I can take a minute. I'm not rushed. I'm not squeezing 3 hours worth of work into a 1-hour class.
I believe what sets us apart is that we are educating students, and they also have the ability to pursue their passions like Shelby. And that's just not something that's common at a lot of our other schools. We don't have a set time frame that the students have to log in. They don't have to necessarily go Monday through Friday. If they were sick on Tuesday or whatever, they can make it up over the weekends. And I feel like that's just a really great positive for students like Shelby or others that may be going through different situations too.
Her schedule's her schedule. If she has, let's say we're going to be on the road all day Thursday, well, she can go to school Saturday after the show or before the show, or it's her time is her time, and we get to schedule when it works for her.
And as Loveday believes, this is not just helping the individual, but our society as a whole.
If you look just historically, not just in our state, but I think public education in the U.S. as a whole, really until the past few decades, it was simply where you lived is where you were zoned, and there was one school and one option. And it doesn't fit anymore. And I think it never really fit, but we didn't really know any better or have any other option. And so I think in the past there were kids, and the majority of kids, that can and will do well in their traditional brick and mortar. And the traditional brick and mortars will always be the backbone of our public education system.
I'm not that girl.
So I think for the kids that may not be a good fit for a traditional school, for whatever reason, whether it's health issues, they're being bullied, they have aspirations like Shelby to pursue a music career, whatever the reason is, we need to empower those kids and give them an option to meet their potential. And in the past, they had to just make it work. So I think public charter schools allow parents and students choice. And if your local zone school is not a good fit for your child, I know as a parent, I would want the choice to be able to send my child to a school that I believe is the best fit for them and their learning style and their personality. And so if you think about in generations past, that 5%, 10%, 15%, whatever it was, that kind of fell through the cracks, that either didn't meet their potential, barely finished high school, or maybe dropped out, think about where those kids are now as adults in our society. And if we continue to let that population slip through the cracks, we're not helping our state, and we're kind of getting stuck in the mud. So I think public charter schools empower parents with choice, and it allows us to embrace those kids that maybe have different learning styles and give them a chance to be successful.
And for Shelby, it has done more than just allow her to follow her dream.
I hated going to school because I had such a hard time, and now I love school and I always want to learn.
You might remember that old me, but let me tell you, I'm not that girl.